Turning to the campaign trail now that the first presidential debate is in the books. Political watchers saw a shaky performance from the sitting president and noted plenty of unchecked falsehoods from the former president. Jared Hill reports from Atlanta in the battleground state where the debate took place.
The first ever debate between a sitting president
and I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on
and a former president.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Is giving voters a lot to consider. Early in the night, viewers heard President Biden's voice falter and answers that trailed off.
Dealing with everything we have to do with look.
On the other side of the stage, Trump delivered falsehoods on his economic record.
We had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
His legal troubles.
He indicted me because I was his opponent.
And abortion.
He's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby.
That is simply not true. We are not for late-term abortion, period.
With just about 4 months until the election, both candidates are already on the campaign trail again, trying to sway undecided voters. After his performance last night, some Democrats are openly contemplating whether it's too late to replace Biden on the ticket. The House Democratic leader was asked whether Biden should step down.
Should he step aside?
Post-debate, many Republicans are celebrating their presumptive nominee.
Donald Trump is the only man on that stage that's qualified and capable of serving as the next president.
As of now, both candidates are still committed to meeting on the debate stage again in September.
Both candidates were right back on the campaign trail today. President Biden is campaigning in Raleigh, North Carolina, while former President Trump is courting voters in Chesapeake, Virginia. This morning on 12 News, political analyst Joe Fleming joined us in studio to break down the outcome of last night's debate. He and many pundits pointed to a weaker performance from the incumbent.
The question is, can Joe Biden bounce back for this? They're saying about partway through the debate he had a cold, that's why his voice was rasping. You know, if that's the case, they need to have another debate, and he needs to come across a lot stronger in the next debate. If he doesn't do that, I believe he's going to be in serious trouble because the age factor is playing in. People are concerned that he's too old to be president with all the stress of the job.
That next debate is set for Tuesday, September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.